All right. Think. Give me a minute. All right, and we are live. Welcome back. I am your host, DJ Fatso, along with Ozmourn. How you doing?
Hey DJ, I'm doing great. Out of all of the marathon runs, this is probably a very, very interesting one. One of the more interesting ones that I've done, so I'm glad to be here.
We're glad to have you. Ozmourn was the original submitter for Ape Out, which was run by Shachu earlier in the day. Mm-hmm. So we're going to see what Ozmourn can do with Snapshot.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much for that introduction.
Yeah. And I'll be right here if and when we get some donations.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. Okay. Well, hi everyone. I'm Ozmourn. This is Snapshot. I was introduced to this game via Speedromizer, and it's a very small community. If you look on the boards, all levels have been ran in like 6 years, I think. But for the sake of we made a decision to run any percent instead today instead of all levels, only because we don't want to go insanely overestimate, and we had a lot more consistency with the any percent route, so that's what we're going to do today. But there's still a lot of really interesting stuff. But with me here on the couch, I have Moose, who is the original submitter of this game. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello. Like you said, I'm Moose. I'm like one of very few people who probably even knows this game exists, but movement in it is fantastic and makes for a wonderful speedrun.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah. This is usually out of the realm of what I would normally speedrun. I'm more of a first-person puzzle platformer, with the exception of Ape Out. But this game is actually really, really interesting, and getting into it was such an adventure, because I found so much more enjoyment in it than I ever thought that I would. But we're gonna restart the game here. Timing will begin once I have my first input, and yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. I'm very excited. Granted, I'm not the best, and we're gonna be doing more beginner-friendly strats, for the sake of marathon safety. But I'm very glad to be running this game. But timing will begin in 3, 2, 1, go. So, Moose, do you want to explain just overall the base mechanics behind Snapshot, what we're going to be seeing today, and what makes this game so interesting?
Yeah, so this is Snapshot. It's a puzzle platformer from 2012. The main gimmick of the game is you have this camera, and you can just pick up and drop objects however you want. The control with that is your mouse. Click and right click to drop. Movement with the arrow keys.
Yes, and with that, I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Oh no, if you were saying something. Yeah, right here is kind of an example of what makes the speedrunning great, is that when you have an object, it will maintain all the momentum you've captured it with. And you can use that for a lot of cool boosts and tricks. Even if it's not moving, you kind of have this in the middle of the air platform to use whenever you want.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And one of my favorite things to do is that the momentum saving up that you get when you capture an object that's falling in midair, the momentum that you have from that object actually stays with you. And so when you place the object back into the world, it'll just launch itself like so. Not the best execution of that, but it was still kind of cool to see. We're going to see more. You're going to see much more examples of that throughout the run, and it's mainly more consistent than what Moose does. Primarily because what Moose does is, in order to gain height, they kind of time their jumps and their snapshots, so that when you let go of an object in midair, you can just keep infinitely gaining height with it by using it as a platform underneath you. But I found it more consistent to build up momentum with the object instead, and then launching it upwards beneath you. And so that's kind of like the version that I'm going to be using more often today.
in this level here, they kind of introduced these no photo zones. You can't pick up or drop objects in them, and they're just like one of the puzzle aspects to the game.
Exactly. And these red boxes are going to be too heavy for me to move by myself, but in this level we can just use one of these secret objects on the top right over here and use that as a platform instead of using it the intended way, which we're actually going to be seeing a lot of throughout, because each level has like a secret object that you can capture, and it's and we use that as platforms instead of like the normal boxes and stuff like that. And we're going to see a lot more mechanics being fleshed out throughout the run. Each level kind of introduces a new mechanic that I really, really enjoy, such as these no photo zones, or just more stuff that we're going to be introduced to in later levels. So far, this is actually going pretty well, not going to lie. But I don't want to speak too soon, because it's only the first world. We
also glossed over these spikes on the ground are death, and you restart the level if you touch them.
If you're seeing me pause before I enter into a level, it's because in the any percent route, we only do very specific levels, and the order of the levels that we do them in actually change throughout the run. And so I'm trying to remember what order we do them in. Ooh, wait. Beautiful. That's great. We love to see it. We love that backup. I love doing that so much. That's my favorite part of this game. Hopefully they all go well. But right here we get these bouncy boys. I actually don't know what the official name of these are. Do you know?
I don't know if anything even has like an official name.
But these bouncy boys are some of the best things in this game, and we're going to be using them to shoot ourselves in very specific angles, like so. Ooh, great! That was almost too short. In practice, I would die there. Like in a practice run that I did yesterday, I would die there because the launch that I got from like that bouncy boy. That's officially what I'm going to be calling it from here on out. The bouncy boys. It just wouldn't be high enough. Oh my god, I got that first try. Yeah, right there we use another secret object to just use it as a platform midair before it falls down and gets to the other side, saving the entire puzzle. We'd love to see it. This is going really well, oh my god. And here we get introduced to elephants. Moose, you can explain elephants. It's a very simple explanation though.
Yeah, elephants are like the bounce pads before, except they walk around, and like this other elephant is pushing the red block, which is a heavy block.
Ooh.
But that's it. They're just bigger bouncy boys, as you called the spring pads before.
Still semi-learning the route, so of course sometimes I forget things, especially when it comes to solving each different puzzle. Oh, there we go. There's a faster way that you do this, where like the moment you enter the level, you just kind of get launched to the right. What is that? I saw that in your world record, and I was just like, what? How do you do that?
That's it's actually something set up from the level before. There's like a very brief moment before the game resets your position, and if you grab a ledge during that time, you're still on the ledge, and you will get sent to the ledge to the best of the game's ability.
Oh dang! I didn't know that. I was just like, what is that?
On that level, it's like really random, inconsequential for the most part.
Yeah.
But if you want, there's 1 in 4 later in the game that I can just like try to explain the setup for.
Yeah.
It could be really funny.
Alright. And right here we are at World 2, which is snow. We love snow. And we get introduced to the mechanics of snowballs. Big boys and small boys. Right here we got a big boy. And right here we got a square boy. We got all these different kinds of... Okay, I try to do that thing where it's just like, yeah, every time in the world, you can see in Moose's and the two runs on the board where hold up, actually I don't want that to move. Hold up. Yeah, I want you to get here. Oh, it's not quite. Ooh, that was... Oh wait, it's slightly moving to the right. So I got that. I'm sorry if I'm not explaining stuff very well. It's just that the stuff in this game, especially when you're new to it, requires so much dedication, like focus to it. But that's why we have moves here. But every time, you can see in the two runs on the board right now that every time that they end a level, they try to use an object's momentum in order to push themselves into the goal. It's such a minor time save, but it adds up so much because you do it throughout the entire game. And if I was better, I would totally do it. I'm gonna try and see and do if I can do it a few times just because of how cool it looks. But right there we used yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that last level is like one of my favorite like creative strategies to the puzzle solving.
Yeah.
I think like more casually people like roll a ball down this slope they have there and use the ball to push the box, but the springs are strong and they can push the box on their own.
There we go.
We're now introduced into these like spike ball launchers, and for some reason, like in the beginning of chapter 2 instead of chapter 1, you can learn that you have a health bar instead of spikes just immediately killing you.
Yeah, because like when you die,
when
you die, like the battery shows up and it's just empty, and I'm just like, wait, what's the point of that? I do a very, very safe strat here.
I don't blame you.
Because these spikes are just menaces to society and will ruin a run no matter what. There we go. So originally what you're supposed to do is there's a secret object that you use to gain height by repeatedly putting it underneath you in order to get up here. But repeatedly gaining height with the same object is just something that I was awful at. Can I get this first try? No, and it's in the no photo zone, so we gotta restart level. We'll be able to see it.
If you're really bold, you can jump up there and try to push it. Just don't run into the spikes.
Beautiful, that's what we like to see.
Nice.
I spent like 6 full minutes on that in a practice run. Because I just couldn't get the cannon guy to be in the right spot. But yeah, that's 1, 2 each. The last series of levels was 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and here we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 because you only need to do 5 levels to complete a world. Oop. Thank you. All right.
Yeah, every world has kind of 9 level sets with 3 of these pretty quick and short.
Don't tell me this is just... Oh, thank goodness.
Pretty quick and short levels. And you need to do complete sets of the levels to progress. And as Oz said, it's 5 to unlock the next chapter.
Oh, that was not nearly enough. Oh, wait. Oh, please, Mr. Snowball.
Try to get like an angle when you're hitting it, not so the ball's pushing down, but kind of like... Yeah, kind of like that. Or less.
Hold up. I don't like that. Hold on. I'm trying to like... Oh my goodness. Hold up. Let me like wait for it to like slow down a bit, and then I'll capture it. Okay. There. Oh, that was so close. This was going perfectly in like practice runs. I don't know. What? It's just like so close. There we go. We'd love to see it.
Good.
Yeah. So right here, right there, we had to knock both of these down. Oh my god. Right there, we had to knock both of those down to like open up a space for me.
Yeah, there's a switch there that the boxes can activate off the screen.
Yeah, all of the photo zones, most of the photo zones and no photo zones in this game can be moved with switches. No, I did not forget how to do this. There is a bouncy boy. No, there's not a bouncy boy. I'm thinking of a different level.
Yeah, with a lot of like even unique levels, I guess it's easy to get caught up, especially with kind of the short time you've had running this game.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Nice. And now we're gonna go on to level 4. Which, here's the thing, I always forget what level comes next because like I just put them into sections in my mind, and then so like every time that we enter a new level, I'm like, okay, what level is this? Okay, I was like, oh, we have to do this level now, and then that's just how I like organize in my head. Actually, if I can do this, oh, that's great, I love it.
Oh wow.
Yes, I love that. I can't believe I did that first try. That's great. It's amazing. And right here, I also like to use this. We're gonna use I think in all 3 of these levels, we use cannon in like the same way, or you just use them and jump over like a pit, so we can just skip the entire portion, puzzle portion of this.
Yeah, there are like supposed to be puzzles here. There's even these little crabs that like climb up the walls, but.
Oh dang! I keep forgetting to grab the door first and then put it at the end. There we go. And here we get introduced to portals, which will only be introduced in this level and literally no other level. In all levels, we would actually do a lot of really cool strats with portals and other in the first worlds, but in here we can just put it in a range that's just out of reach in order to get to the end of the level instead of solving the puzzle. It's really just a platformer at this point. We're not really doing much puzzle solving. But I guess that's just the nature of speedruns. Oh, dang, are you kidding? I jumped into the fireball before it. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's great. It's such an unintentional time save. I love that.
But yeah, another part of the puzzle mechanics is that these fireball launchers, the fireballs, will break snow objects, which is, you know, pretty cool.
Wait, what? Did I not grab it? Yeah, you have to grab these springs before you get launched up into the air. Like just after you launch, you gotta capture them again so that you can use them afterwards. Oh, that was very nice. I was hoping I would get launched straight into the goal, but...
You had me worried you might have been short because you canceled most of the momentum.
That's true. There we go. Wonderful. All things considered, this is going pretty well. Like, I know I keep saying that, but like legitimately, it is. Like, I thought I'd be doing pretty poorly. But this is like a decent run. So now we're going to my personal favorite world of the run. Primarily because Gale Force is in it, and I love Gale Force so much. Wait, why isn't the game giving me the little story images in between? Or are they giving it to me and I'm just scrolling past them so fast that I'm just not?
This is a really weird thing. Since you were in a loaded file and you opened a new game, they don't load.
Oh, okay. But when you start like a new game from the title screen,
it's less likely to crash, I've found. But
yes, every time that I tried to start a new game from like the startup menu, the game would crash. Okay, we need a lot of momentum for this cool trick, but if I can pull it off, oh no! Oh, that's so cool. Let me try it one more time.
The game is meant to introduce these like key blocks. There's a key object somewhere in the level. Dropping it in the hole will open the blocks. For whatever reason, they just did not cap this wall at the top.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so good.
You can just go over the block. Fantastic.
Probably doing the intended route would have been a bit faster than the amount of time that I spent on that, but it just looks so cool. It's just so I wanted to show it off anyway. Oh dear. You know what? Sometimes I'm very bad at the strats that I come up with.
Also, for people who don't like jumping off of things in the middle of the air, there's an elephant somewhere in this level. Very optional.
Yeah, there's a lot of... I feel like, despite how fast Moose makes it in the in their world record, there's a lot of beginner-friendly stuff that you can use to pull off, especially, and you can make stuff up on your own, like I have. Here we get introduced to the concept of clouds and that they exist exactly the same way as platforms, except they will not fall down, which is nice.
They also have some of the wackiest hitboxes in the game.
Yes, I hate them because you can just slide off
just
them.
like octagons and
yeah, you can slide off them for no reason. Like that. Okay. Was that the first, like, no, that can't have been the first death, like actual death. But I definitely died earlier, right? I feel like I did.
You restart at the one level with the launcher on the switch, but I don't know if you've landed in any like spike bits.
If that was the first death, I'm actually very proud of that.
Yeah, nice.
Alright, let's see here. We're gonna grab this key, open up the switch in the no photo zone. And this is a weird level. I don't really... Oh dear. And that's the other thing. That's with it, again, with the very weird hitboxes, it's just in a level that's like this long, you have to just redo the whole thing if you die once, and it's annoying. But what we're gonna be doing here is, I don't really do any like consistent fast way. I kind of just do the intended way, but as fast as I can. Hold up. There we go. Right in the hole. There we go. You'll be able to see it. We're gonna put both of these clouds here where these no photo zones would be. I'm gonna grab a third cloud for safety. Oh wait, my processor. Oh no! Oh, I was so close. I got so close to me dying. Death was approaching so quickly. My life flashed before my eyes.
I didn't need that heart attack, but
my life flashed before my eyes. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we can all breathe a sigh of relief.
Yes. Oh, God.
Coming up here is like one of my favorite things in the game.
Yes,
These
because it's your profile
bunny
pic.
platforms are absolutely adorable. Oz is gonna be jumping off of them to go across. And the reason is that you are a heavy robot. If you ride this bunny, you guys will sink to the bottom eventually.
Oh no. Sometimes I am very, very bad at platforming with these things, but at the same time, they're actually easier than most objects to platform with because of the fact that they will not immediately fall down when you paste them. There we go. That's how that's supposed to look. Let's see
You
it.
have to remember those rabbits are moving.
Yeah, that's great. And then this guy, as soon as he turns around, we're gonna capture him, and then we're gonna put him up here. Wait for this no photo zone to go down so that we can get the key.
No, the photo zone's a bit tricky too.
Yeah,
A lot of times
I
you can
found.
just end
Yeah,
up capturing the key when it seems to be clear, but
yeah, I had that exact same problem when I was practicing. It's just like, why isn't this working? And like, it's showing me that the whole thing's clear, and it's not. Okay, Vanishing Cloud is kind of it's kind of like my least favorite part because I was struggling with it so much in practice. But you know what? We're gonna try and see if we can get a good amount. Well, okay, that goes to show, because you can't really ledge grab onto these guys.
yeah, they operate as light blocks for the most part on a timer. They, as the level name suggests, vanish.
Oh my goodness. I let's grab off of that and I let go. That's disappointing. And as you can see, we're gonna see just these exact reasons as to I jumped. Okay, yeah. You can see that this is going beautifully. And as to why this is my least favorite. What? It's for part of the game. Okay.
Excuse me.
There we go. You know what? Okay. Oh my god. Let's see if we can... There we go. That is what we like to see. Let's get up here before it vanishes. And we have to redo it. The more time we spend in this level, the worse. So let's go through it. But again, it's not all bad because the only really tricky part about this is that they are lighter than normal blocks, and so they move around a lot more easily. And also, they will eventually vanish, so you have to be exceptionally quick with whatever it is you want to do with them. Ooh, that's okay. Oh, that was so close. I'm gonna go and get this guy over here. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna use the same thing of just gaining momentum. Because I'm gonna capture it 3 times because quite clearly 2 isn't enough. Oh, okay, that was very bad a keyboard movement on my part because I accidentally pressed right and left at the same time. Oh my god. Okay. I knew that this was the level that I spent the most on, only because I could never get consistent on the movement here. There we go. Oh no! Oh no! Oh dear. You have anything to say, Moose, while I struggle with this?
I guess I can mention that you probably got a bit unlucky in the game draw, in that this game does require a lot of work to even be consistent. And you were a bit busy during like the practice time with other things. I remember that.
I mean, granted though, I still think that this run, with the exception of like this level, has been going pretty well. Like, all things considered. Like, I still think it looks semi. It still kind of looks like I'm semi know what I'm doing, which, you know, I can take.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. You know, some rough spots here and there, but that's kind of the game.
And honestly, like I told Moose about this like in private, but honestly, like even after being introduced to this game with Speedromizer, I kind of do want to continue it because like after this marathon, because honestly it is honestly a really cool speedrun. Like, and the fact that this game is speedrun by now 3 people in the world is so it's a crime. Like, it's just such a fun run, despite the fact that I suck at it. It's actually, oh my god, despite the fact that I kind of suck at it, it's really fun and I want to get better, you know.
Another great level in the speedrunning, you have these wind sources that you can copy and paste. The original wind will like always stay there, so if you're really, you know, if Oz really wants to, you can probably just crash his computer, dropping and pasting like 100 of them.
Okay, we're going to try and do this the fast way, but if not, we're just gonna do the backup way. Okay, if you like manage to perfectly get in there, you can knock over the red box with your body weight. But looks like I wasn't able to. You know what, we're gonna have to do this the intended way of grabbing
something that's not very consistent. If you do get the momentum, you can push the red block out of the way, but it's pretty tight. Yeah,
there we go. Oh wait, I forgot to do the thing. Oh, I can still reach it from up here. I also forgot to get the key, so let's try and get that. Wind, thank you. Wait, where did the key go? What? Where did the key go? Moose, did you see where the key went?
I think you blew it.
Oh, it's up here. Okay. Why was it up there? I don't remember putting wind up there.
The wind blew it. You blew it with the wind.
Okay. Am I, like, does wind go through objects, like through the world?
Yeah, wind doesn't care about anything. It's wind.
Fair enough. We become airbenders in this level, so
that
it's great.
programming like wind collision with everything would have been a massive effort.
That's true. That is my favorite level. That's why I love World 3 a lot.
We're out of the Sky Kingdom and onto my favorite set of levels, the Laboratory.
Laboratory is pretty cool as well.
Introduced to magnets, which are fantastic, wonderful, and the best thing ever.
I'm not the greatest at magnets, but we're gonna see how well we can do here.
The first thing we need to introduce ourselves to is these copy-paste blocks that we're just gonna ignore, but that green square down there, if you pick something up in it with the camera, it'll remain there and you will instead grab a copy of it.
Yep. We're gonna see that used, I think, once throughout this whole...
Yeah, we'll see it later for sure. You can... So, seeing that sparkle means it was a copied object. You didn't use the original block anymore, but it was over the copy zone.
Oh, I didn't even see. Okay, I kind of... Let's see. I'm not the greatest. Oh, okay, I'm not the greatest at this one, personally. At this momentum one. I always seem to have struggles with this one, but we're gonna see how well we can get it. Oh, come here. Ah! Okay, we're gonna try one more time. Actually, I think we have to keep trying because honestly, I forgot what the actual solution to this is.
There should be a switch that
there we go.
pops the copy zone so you can have even more boxes.
But it's fine. We got a third try, fourth try. I forgot which try that was. All right. But yeah, the speedrun has like so much potential and so much to it and so much more fun to it that I definitely do want to continue it myself.
Yeah. Magnets.
Yes, magnets.
Blue magnets pull you towards them. So the ideal thing you want to do is pick up the magnet as you're around the center so that you aren't pulled back into it as you're escaping it.
This one.
On this level is like a really quirky thing. Your character is actually just like a...
Oh my god, I got that third try. In practice runs, it took me like 10 or 20 tries to get that. My god.
But yeah, as a tall octagon, if you hit the corner on kind of like the slant part of your hitbox, you'll instead slide off of it. You'll still be able to jump, and just in that level, you'll happen to be able to cross the gap. It's really precise. That's amazing. You got it.
That level 3 was literally the best level 3 ever. I did not think it was going to go that well. Now we do level 4. In this section, it's 1, 3, 4, 7, 8. I believe is what we do. I'm going the wrong way. I'm thinking of a different level. Oh, okay. Oh, it's this one. I always kind of struggle with getting the right momentum for this one. No, actually, I'm gonna restart, and I think the where it was at the beginning is a good one. But, oh dear.
I think if you get it closer, and kind of like a bit higher so you've got the angle when you're going, you'll probably do.
Oh, there we go. You're right. Wonderful.
Beautiful. It's all about the physics. You gotta get,
Yeah.
All right. So one thing Oz was telling me he was having trouble with on this level, there's like, for all intents and purposes, I'll call it a one-tile like hallway that you have to crouch through. The game wants you to start a crouch to get into it, but if you kind of jump off the ledge, you can sneak your way in there. But
there's a weird hitbox on the ledge above it that you can use, and it's
like really awkward.
But for the sake of this, because I suck at it, and like I tried to keep doing it and practicing it, and it like I couldn't get it after like 30 minutes.
It's not a huge time save. Also, jump from the block. Yeah.
All right, in here we have to like put these magnets like really close to the floor, to the ceiling of this small little area. There we go. That should work. No, it didn't. Really? I could have sworn that was gonna work.
Real good yourself over the top.
That should work? Question mark? Yeah, it did. Okay, great. And then we're gonna use the same things. Oh, there we go. A nice backup of pulling yourself up instead of across. Love to see it. Okay, that's the end of 4, and then we go straight down to 7, which I forgot what levels are. Oh no, that's when we get introduced to red magnets. Which
you technically get introduced to them earlier, but we're skipping all those levels. But yeah, there are red magnets in this level. They push instead of pull.
Mm-hmm. Oh dear. Ah. There we go. Wait a minute, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. This is the wrong way. Okay. I'm thinking of a different level entirely. This is what happens when you're new to this game. You just forget all the routes. Oh, and this one. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's see if I can get this one really well. Oh, this is a no focus on. Oof. Okay.
If you want to try something easy, you can kind of drop the magnets really close to the corner.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's great. And then... Oh yes, this one. I remember this one. We get these guys. I was hoping that I had space up there, but unfortunately not. And then we can just... Oh, I did that way too soon. But I also don't think that I did it like high enough as well. I think we need to put it slightly higher, more towards the red magnets, and then that'll like make sure that we are being pulled upwards a bit. Oh, okay. In that case, I did not capture both sets of magnets. If you know what, I'm gonna put them like more closer.
Do that. I was gonna say. Some of this you're just making it so much harder on yourself. I think your computer killed you there.
Yeah, I was definitely lagging there a bit. There we go. With the power of 4 magnets. There we go. Oh, beautiful. That's what I like to see. Okay. Push and pull part 2. And then this one, which I kind of suck at. Ah, okay. We're gonna grab these ones over here as well. There we go. Oh, come on. Oh. Oh, so close. I need to like build up, because you get a bit of momentum when you get pushed upwards, and so I need to use that to my advantage. Ah. There we go. That was very slow. But you know what? We got through it, and that's the part that matters. Okay, and now we're going to go through level 8. where you get introduced to clones. Here's the thing, level 8 feels like a really good level. Although we only use the cloning mechanic once, so right here we're gonna get introduced to where we can step into this copy paste zone and then copy paste ourselves. And now we are strong enough to pull this or push this red box. Get through here. Here's a really nice collectible that you can get. And then we're going to kill our clone and then use its head as momentum. That's such a gruesome way to go fast. But I love it. And I'm surprised I did that first try too. And then here, unfortunately, we don't do the cloning mechanic at all. What were you going to say?
The hitboxes on your parts can be pretty wonky. So that level is always fun, trying to find something to hit you consistently and not be consistent.
Yeah.
But yep, at the conclusion of the clones, that is the last chapter done, so we unlock the ending, and we just have to walk to the end from here.
Time is going to come up in a few seconds. Honestly, all things considered, this was pretty good run. Like, we had a really bad hiccup in chapter 3. And a small big hiccups in chapter 4, and that is time. That's time. But overall, we had a pretty decent run, I think, in my opinion. What was our final time, DJ?
Looks like the final time on my screen was about a 38:56.
38:56. That's good. That's really good.
Not bad.
Not a PB. I had a 37:23 last night. Probably due to how much time I spent in Vanishing Clouds that we didn't PB. But like, you know, with the amount of tech that I didn't use, I think sub 30 or sub 25 is definitely feasible. Because of just how much practice I need to put into it and how much more time I should spend learning more advanced strats, really. But this is a really good game. Like, legitimately, like even if you're not planning on speedrunning it is an amazing experience. Just is how fun it is. But even casually, if you're into puzzles and 2D platformers, this is really good. But I don't know if you have anything you want to say, Moose, before we head out?
Not really. You did a good job. If you're still interested in wanting to play the game, you know, you can always hit me up for further discussion.
Oh, for sure, yeah. This is it's a game that, like, legitimately is really fun. I didn't think I would have as much fun playing it, but like the mechanic of copying, pasting objects and using their momentum and using them to gain height, like it's legitimately fun, and to get good at that would be really nice. Yeah. What was the game that you got, Moose?
P-Craft Deluxe, also known as Stranded Islands.
And I haven't been paying attention to the schedule, believe it or not. Have you played that already, or are you going to?
No, that'll be tomorrow. I'll be back here.
All right.
Play that.
Yeah, well, check out Moose. They're gonna be back here tomorrow with that. But I don't have anything else to mention. DJ, if you wanna, I just want to thank DJ and everyone at North American Speedrun Assembly for hosting this, making this a reality, and thank you for having me. And I'm totally going to be open to this marathon the next time it happens, because it's a very interesting concept. Like I was praising DJ when this first came to fruition, of just how cool it is, and it is cool. If I had spent a bit more time, I probably think it'd be even cooler. But it is a very cool concept for a marathon, and I would love to participate in it and more in the future, and put more effort into it than I have, you know.
Well, thank you.
But yeah, that's all from me. I've been Ozmourn, and this has been Snapshot. Thank you so much for having me.